Why is the Action People's Party seeking an injunction against the Akwatia election?
It's very simple. See, the applicant applied to contest the by-election. Certainly, they will be given some requirements in order to ensure that he had met them. He went through everything, and having been satisfied that the applicant actually could contest the election, he was invited to do the balloting. He went and he placed third or three. He chose ballot 3. That means that his name will be on the third portion of the ballot paper. He was invited for police debriefing, which included at the material time all the 4 or so candidates. Then he was asked to produce his party's logo to enable the EC to go ahead with their printing. Then suddenly a letter comes to the effect that he was to furnish the EC with a tax clearance certificate. This was a man who had expressly informed the EC that immediately until deciding to contest the election, he was working for the Ministry of Health. So it means that he was a direct taxpayer. The state was taking his tax at source before paying him the income. And so he was not anybody owing tax. Notwithstanding that, the applicant was able to produce evidence to the effect that he had arranged with Ghana Revenue Authority to furnish the necessary material information to EC. And all this was part of the injunction application we filed today. What we are trying to say is that if you want to contest an election, either you prove that you have given EC a copy of your tax clearance certificate, or you prove to EC that you are arranging with the GRA to get the tax certificate. We're able to submit to EC correspondence between the applicant and GRA to the effect that GRA was working on furnishing the EC with a tax clearance certificate to demonstrate that the person was already a direct tax payer. Before the application was moved today, the GRA was able to furnish us with a copy of a tax clearance certificate. We filed it, and because it was at a short notice, the court asked the lawyer on the other side, and I mean the EC lawyer, whether the court could go ahead to hear the case because there was a copy of the tax clearance certificate before the court. And the lawyer said, yes, you can go ahead. That alone demonstrates that not only were we arranging with GRA to furnish tax clearance certificate, but that we have been able to prove that we do not owe anything with reference to tax. And then the question was whether irreparable injury will be caused to the Electoral Commission, or it will affect the interests of the state if the election were to be adjourned. The answer is no. The person has gone through vetting. You have already taken his logo. So what again do you need from him? There will be no injury. If today we win the case, it will be very easy for the EC to add his name to the list, because when you read their affidavit in opposition, there was nothing to the effect that they had already compiled the list. The decision that was taken against him was purely wrong, and I have confidence in the judicial system that the right thing will be done.
Well, definitely, we believe that the EC didn't do well at all, because by inviting us on balloting, giving our names to Inspector General of Police for the 4 political parties that have been qualified to contest on this election alone, that alone qualifies us. So if you wrote us a letter on the 18th, 5:12 p.m. asking us for our tax clearance, just giving us 1 day. On the 19th, 11 a.m. in the morning, we submitted the tax ledger to Electoral Commission. They accepted it. called me and asked me to ask my candidate to go and give the hard copy to EC office at the district level, which we did that. After that moment, they called me to submit my notice, my logo for the notice of a poll on the 20th when the balloting was about to print. So we have submitted all this. 4:30 p.m. at the same on the 20th. That is where we got the disqualification of not to submit the tax clearance. Meanwhile, there was a notification from the GRA office. And also the GRA promised us that the tax certificate will be ready on the 20th. And truly on the 20th, we received the tax certificate and been submitted and attached it to the court case. So for we, all that we are asking the court to do the needful by adding or including my candidate name on the ballot.
Okay. All right, thank you.